age of 30 or so, that I think it said something in the Centers for Disease Control that at least, 40% of women feel like it's okay not to have any goals anymore. It's all right just to feel indifferent about your life. And I thought, that's terrible. And that's why actually I created this conference, because I feel like there's nothing like supporting and investing in things that you really trust and feel like have your best interests at heart. And it's nothing like doing it in a tribe with other women, other leaders on the way. This year, right here, I'm gonna add extra 0. This year, right here, I'm gonna create value and offer something that people need. And I'm gonna do it with love, but I'm gonna do it also with a high expectation.
I believe in order to learn and to teach, you have to remain a student.
And I'm gonna do it with love, but I'm gonna do it also with a high expectation.
I believe in order to learn and to teach, you have to remain a student.
Because it's not about me anymore. It's not about my pain and my scars. It's about the strength, the courage, and the commitment that we have to say as women, I will upgrade my life.
So you take that step, and what happens? You become more confident than the step before. And before you know it, that box, it's blown away by the winds of change. So believe it, you can achieve your dreams. Do you know how I know that? Because I'm living mine right now with each person sitting here.
Have I done everything I need to do to have my own personal wake-up call? Like, why do you need to wait for a 911 moment to have a 911 moment? You don't have to wait for someone to affirm you and validate you to tell you you can have your wake-up call. You can say, I'm beautiful, I'm valuable, and nothing about me is a mistake. I'm beautiful, I'm valuable, and nothing about me is a mistake. And today, I'm gonna arrive because I am 5-star.
Today, I wanna talk to you guys about embracing the seasons of change. Now, being still when you are embracing your season of change doesn't mean being lazy. Being still just means that you are at a place where you can now hear. And so you being here is you stepping out, you making that conscious decision, I'm going to upgrade my life because I now need to level up my network, my relationships, my conversations, my mindset, my narrative. I need to be in the room with other go-getters. I need to now surround myself with eagles, because surely the sky is big enough for us to soar together. All of us had to prepare in advance to be here. That's a part of you embracing your season of change, because I know that when you leave here, your life will never be the same.
When I think about women finally saying yes to themselves, it started off with 7 women saying, yes, I want to upgrade my life. And then we found that we had women from all over the world who wanted to share in that story. And so the International Women Build Confidence Conference began.
This conference has shown me that I truly need to take a minute to not be afraid.
It's so rich that it caused me to now look, and it's like I have a basket full of things I'm gonna take home and I'm gonna put in place, and it's time to get the work done.
What brought me here today was me taking a chance on me. Me investing in myself with the grace and the vision that Dr. Allana set forth to bring women together, to increase their confidence, to love themselves again, to rediscover themselves again.
What I loved most about the conference was the visualization act that we did together. Just knowing that I can embrace myself and to repeat the affirmative that I say to myself every day, but to hear other women saying it, that was like a recharge for me, and that's what I needed.
If I want to upgrade my life and whatever I want to go, I have to give myself time to be still so that I can be able to focus and know what I really want to do.
As women, we so often pour into everybody else without thinking about ourselves. And me particularly, I often have trouble receiving. And so to think of myself as 5-star and worthy is an important takeaway.
Reevaluate yourself by being still. So even though you may go through different things, don't let it take away your smile and your joy.
No one can love you the way you love yourself. So I double dare you right now to repeat after me. I'm beautiful, I'm valuable, and nothing about me is a mistake. That's right.
This 2 days has helped me grow. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to be who I am without apology.
I think all women could benefit from this.
I think everybody could use a friend like Dr. Allana, and if you don't have the opportunity to be her friend, just to learn from her, I think is important.
If you're stuck and you have goals that you don't know how to work them, I would definitely recommend for you to come see Dr. Allana.
She's so authentically organic that it's just unreal. I've not met many people like her.
She brings to each person a unique sense of who you are, and she embraces you.
If you are excited about saying, I will upgrade my life, why not join me and the rest of the tribe in saying #UPML. Please find us at IWBCC on Facebook. Thank you so much, and make sure you check me out at drallanadagraca.com. Thank you. Right? So I knew that for years people saw me on paper and they said, oh, she's so successful. Oh, she teaches and she travels the world. But did you know I actually felt like I was missing something? I actually felt like I had a moment in my life where I was kind of living in gray. And you know what? In all my travels, I would always carry around this little luggage of my life secrets, of things I really wanted to do. And that's when I realized, after living in Portugal, after spending a lot of time with myself, I said, you know what? I'm not living to my full potential. Actually, I need to have some kind of drastic action. And I promised myself when I came back home that I would work in excellence. So guess what? That's when I got back to Boston and I had my dollar store table. You guys know the story. I got my dollar store table and my dollar store chair. And I said, Allana, you are going to really work in your business. Maybe no one understands what you're doing. Maybe no one really understands if it's going to work. But I knew in my heart that there were women, that there were hundreds and thousands of individuals out there not leading exciting lives. More importantly, I stayed in my basement for 5 years, really analyzing what made people reach their goals and what made people give up. You see, I know that people really do have, when I think about their lives, I can see that people do want to do well. And sometimes it's just that life happens to us all. If you understand that, I want you, as we're chatting today, to put your comments in the comment box to let me know, hey, this was for me, #UPML, I will upgrade my life as we talk, and all throughout the conference. But basically, I got to a place where I said, you know what, I've got to do what I've got to do. And maybe for you, you've gotten to a place in your life right now where you're like, you know what, I've got things I want to do. I've got new businesses I want to start. I've got relationships I want to build. I want to have this life of excitement. So let's just talk about it for a second. So only a year and a half ago, I said to myself, wow, I need to upgrade. What can I do? I found myself going to New York City. And of course, we all know the lovely Ms. Lisa Nichols, the head of Motivating the Masses. And it's there where I listened to her talk about abundance and what abundance meant, where I realized I did not have to apologize for thinking big. I didn't have to apologize anymore for going the extra mile, whatever that was for me. I don't know about you, but are you ready to upgrade this year? I mean, are you really ready to think about how clear you can be with regards to your goals? And you know what? I always say, CMF plans never work. #CMF, cross my fingers plans never work, because you go like this and you kind of hope it works. But the truth is, unless you have true clarity, true focus, and you guys know about incubation, about getting still, when you have those moments, then you're kind of getting towards your way to success. So you know what, fast forward. After that experience at Abundance, I also participated in Speak and Write. And that's where I listened to Miss Susie Carter say that wealth was our birthright. Y'all give Miss Susie Carter your biggest hashtag UPML. And if you know the hashtag, yes, yes, give her all of that because she is so excited to be here today. She is on fire. And guys, I mean, this is a woman that we can look at and see, not only is she successful in her own right, not only does she have the mantra down, wealth is my birthright, but she is a walking example of persistence. She's a walking example of a woman who came from a large family, of a woman that she wasn't just born into this success. She knows what it's like to be a woman, to be a single parent, to do all of these things, and to be someone who has been used to help companies make a revenue at least to $10 million and more. So we are privileged to have this leader, this expert, this woman really share with us from her heart and from her passion. So I want to share with you how we're going to engage as this goes on. As Susie is talking, feel free to, write your questions in the chat box, and I'll be certain to make sure she doesn't miss your questions. Feel free, if she's sharing, to say, ooh, I needed that. Whatever you want her to know as she's talking, share with her in the engagement the same way you would with me, because we partnered together to help you to win in 2019. The other piece that I want to share with you is don't be afraid to take notes, Take notes, jot down questions, and we'll try to do our best at the end of this to make sure that your questions are actually answered. And lastly, I want to make sure that you are a part of the IWBCC Facebook group. We're going to do a lovely contest throughout these next 3 days. So for those of you who have real breakout moments, you heard something that touched you, I want you to take a selfie of yourself. That's right, maybe you're facing the camera. Take a selfie, and then I want you to post it in IWBCC. And the person with the most posts that uses that hashtag or hashtag UPML, you will be given a number of opportunities, whether it's through coaching or an Amazon gift card. So get excited, get excited, get excited. So I want to say to you, you know what? These Power Pack days are going to be awesome. Also, we have wonderful IWBCC leaders and speakers who will also be talking to you about how they got out of their own pits, how they got out of a really tough situation, how they were able to caretake and love a loved one in the middle of that person, dying, how they went through the grieving process. So we have so much in store. And of course, if you're an entrepreneur, we have our VIP sessions on Saturday morning, and we also have them on Saturday afternoon. So we've got a lot in store for all of you. And I want to also say thank you to everyone on my team. Thank you to everyone that you guys don't see that help in the background. I want to say thank you to everyone. And lastly, thanks to everyone who has joined this wonderful community and those of you who end up tuning into this later. So I want to say thank you so much. Now, let's just talk about this for one last piece. So as we're going on, don't forget to engage. And don't forget to ask your questions. Let Ms. Carter know that you are super excited to see her. Well, I'm going to get Ms. Carter ready to go. You guys share with me, how excited are you about being a part of this conference? I mean, why did you show up today? Put your comments in the chat box. I would love to see you. And I see that we have people streaming in. Let me see where we've got people streaming in from. So we've got people streaming in from Connecticut. We've got people streaming in from Trinidad. We've got people streaming in from Cambridge, Massachusetts. Bill Ricker, Boston. We've got people in from Roxbury. Awesome. See a lot of Beantown representing. Hey, we've got people streaming in from Atlanta, Philadelphia, and some other places. We've got some individuals streaming in from Nigeria. So we are truly international. I want to say this is really an awesome day. You guys, I'm holding back my tears. All right, so I want to say thank you so much for coming out. And without further ado, we will be able to have the lovely Ms. Carter join us. So thank you, everybody, and let's listen in to Susie. Thank you.
What's up, my beautiful sisters? Oh my goodness, you guys are on fire already, and I'm so excited. I've been waiting all day. Look, I got on here 3 times because I was so excited. I'm like, oh, it's not yet. It's not yet. It's not yet. It's not yet. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I see you, Connie. I see you, Janelle. I see you, Tanya, Tara. I see you. I see you, Juanita. I'm so excited to be here. Nicole, Pam, thank you for showing up and showing out. This is my passion. This is my joy. And if you don't know who I am, I'm just going to give you a little bit of background of who I am, because you're like, okay, who's the white girl on the show? So my passion is helping entrepreneurs, and Dr. Allana said it best, is creating that wealth is your birthright, right? I started out, my vocation is, I was a hairdresser. 1983, I graduated from cosmetology school and built a multi-million-dollar company as a hairdresser. And I wanted to give back to my industry. I wanted to make a difference. And so I started teaching in schools. I went to schools, and people said, gosh, Susie, we love what you do. Do you have a book? I'm like, no, I don't have a book. I'm just giving back. They're like, you need to write a book. So I'm like, okay, I'll write a book. And then I wrote the book, and that was amazing. And then people said, oh my God, Susie, I love the book, hate to read, do you have an audio? And I'm telling myself, it wasn't even an audio, it was a cassette tape. So it was way back in when we had cassette tapes. And I'm like, no, I don't have a cassette tape. I'm just giving back to my community. And from my tribe and from me serving, birthed this whole speaking and training business. And I built the largest training and development company in the beauty industry. And we traveled all over the world. We had a multi-million-dollar business and loved building that business. I built that business as a single mom, starting my business at the kitchen table, having a dream, having a hope, having a prayer, going, I think I can do this. I think that I can make this happen. Dr. Allana said, I didn't come from money. Nobody showed me how to make money. I came from a very small family, a very large family, not a small family. There was 9 of us: Bobby, Ronnie, Joni, Shelley, Susie, Kelly, Debbie. Say that 10 times fast, right? My parents like the IE. And so I knew that I didn't want to live that way. I knew I didn't want to grow up poor. And I don't mean poor like we knew we didn't know we were poor. I mean poor like we knew we were poor. Do you guys remember yard sales? If you remember a yard sale, I need you to put that in the chat box, because, oh my God, Tara's the youngest of 10, praise, right? Yard sales was where we would go school shopping. So I won't go to yard sales. I won't go to Goodwills anymore. I can't even walk in them. I walk in that place and I have the smell. I'm like, I got to get out of here. I'm having PTSD. So I knew as a kid, I wanted something different. I knew as a kid, I didn't know how, but I knew that I wanted to do something different. Connie's saying yard sales are great. They are great, right? But when I say we grew up poor, now we had 6 girls, so we shared everything. Everything was a hand-me-down. Ask Connie, she'll tell you everything was a hand-me-down. Like panties were hand-me-downs. Everything was a hand-me-down. So I'm like, I can't wear people's used panties. I can't do it. So I have an underwear fetish today, and I really think it came from having to wear hand-me-down panties, right? Craziness. So I wanted to create something different for myself. And as a hairdresser, they don't teach you the business. And I had to learn the business, because when I got divorced really young, my kids were 6 months old and 18 months old when I left their dad. And it wasn't a great relationship. First of all, y'all, I was 17 when I met him. Like, nobody knows what they're picking a husband at 17. My dad just said, when you turn 18, you need to get married, get a job, and move out. So I'm like, I can do all 3. So I found a guy, he had muscles, he had a checkbook, he had a car, he had a job. I'm like, this must be a great husband. No, that's not a great husband, right? So I had 2 kids, beautiful kids. I'm blessed. My children are beautiful. And that was the gift in that relationship. But it was also tumultuous and abusive. And inside of that abuse, I didn't get child support. I didn't get support from him. So I had to really figure out how to take care of my family and take care of myself on my own, which was a blessing. As hard as that was, it was a blessing. And the blessing is I learned to pull up my big girl panties and create my own destiny. I learned to pull up my big girl panties and create my own financial destiny. So when I say wealth is your birthright, it's not for some of us, it's for all of us. We all get to choose. What I love about being an entrepreneur, is I get to write my own paycheck, right? We get to write our own paycheck. So if you can, relate to having the difficulty, relating to the high and lows, put in the chat box, yes, yes. We say in our community, hashtag YANA, you are not alone, right? Because I want you to know that if I can do it, you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it. So I'm standing here as your sister going, I want to show you the future. I want to show you the possibility. Wherever you're at, whether you're just starting out, if you're in business and you're doing $250,000 to millions of dollars, or you're already in multi-million dollars, wherever you're at, I want to take it to the next level. I want to scale it. And what I'm about is systems, because I'm a butterfly. How many of you are butterflies? How many of you are creative? So if you're creative and a butterfly, right, put that in there. I get distracted by the sparkle. So I had to learn early that I had to create systems, because the system gave me the possibility. The system gave me the strategy. So systems, and wealth has a system like everything else. So I want to teach you part of the wealth strategy. So if you're ready for that, I love that you guys are saying you're butterflies too. Thank you, Juanita. Right, Dr. Allana saying systems equal strategy. Love, love, love. Connie, I'm a butterfly. Tara, I'm a butterfly. Juanita's, I'm a butterfly. I love, love, love that. So to create wealth, the first thing I had to work on, I'll share from my own story so that you can see yourself in my story. The first thing I had to work on was my mindset. Your self-worth, your net worth will only go as high as your self-worth. Hi. Okay, so I have to share. Come say hi. Come say hi. So these are my grandbabies. I know this does not look like a grandma, but I just have to share because family is important and we're all mamas and sisters. This is the baby. This is the big baby. Wave hi. Say hi. So aren't they beautiful? So these are my babies. And then the baby mama over here. This is my daughter, so wave hi to everybody.
I'm so sorry.
Look, we're all mamas. We're all good. We all know. Okay, well, let Gigi work.
Okay. Well, that happened.
That's my beautiful daughter, Megan.
Well, please pop out.
So you all look, see, they're all saying love you. So your net worth will only go as high as your self-worth. So don't you love this family? I just want to say, stop for a minute. Life doesn't, I did when I was younger, try to put my family on hold and trying to shush my children. And the reality is family's part of this journey. And I'm a businesswoman. It's part of who I am. It's part of what we do. And I don't want anyone to feel like my daughters are who they are because I involved them in my business. Look, they were packing orders when I didn't have any help. They were stuffing binders. They were stuffing cassette tapes back in the day. And I would pay them $1 a binder to stuff the binders. And then they would negotiate. We're not doing that for $1 anymore, Mom. So who they are as women came from who I was as a mom, and they were cheap labor. So thank you. So we got 4 kids that Jadelle said that. So I just wanted to share my family while they popped in instead of trying to shush them out the door. So you have to start with your mindset, right? You have to look at where did your money conversation come from? So it comes from your generation, right? Generational, like your mother, your father, your grandmother, right? So put in the chat, like, what was the conversation in your community about money? Mine was, we don't have any, don't ask. Mine was, money doesn't grow on trees. Mine was, money is the root of all evil. So put in the chat box, what were some of yours growing up? So some of them will come from your community, right? Money doesn't grow on trees, same here, right? It'll come from the church, your spiritual upbringing, right? We didn't talk about money. Money was a secret in my household, right? So Pam said money doesn't grow on trees. Eat a little, live long. Money is credit. Interesting. Never had the conversation, only by observation. Money makes a snobby person who doesn't care about others. Interesting, right? And so unconsciously, we carry these around. Unconsciously, from our economic standpoint, from our subconscious, from our culture. What is your culture relationship about money? Again, ours was secretive and you didn't talk about it. It was disrespectful if we talked about money inside of our community. So I had to shift my mindset around money. I had to shift what I thought about money, right? So if you look at how do you change your mindset, you look at your actions. From your actions, the action has impact. The impact is the other beliefs and the other beliefs that we have about us and what others believe about us, which then creates a cause. Inside of the cause, that creates another action, right? So I want you to look at from that action and that cause, then there's reinforcement and then there's influence. And this is negative beliefs and this is positive beliefs, whatever works, right? So all I had was negative. All I had was don't have any, don't ask. The one good thing that my parents shared with me, which they didn't think it was good, or you could think it's not good, but it turned out being amazing, was, Susie, you can have anything you want. You just have to work hard. So man, I rolled up my sleeves and I said, I'm going to do anything that I want and I'm going to work hard, right? And as I got older, I realized, I don't want to work that hard. I don't want to have to kill myself to make $1, right? So yes, Dr. Allana is saying yes, hard, right? Yes, you were told that too. Traylene said that, right? So I want us to look at, but we can shift it. But first we have to notice what the subconscious is thinking and what the subconscious is present to. Then we can start shifting it. Once you shift it, then you have to create what I call a money mantra. So a money mantra is putting in a new belief into your subconscious. You see, our conscious is really lazy. Our conscious takes everything that we're awakened. The deep-rooted change is going to come into our subconscious mind. So I put my money mantra so that you could see my money mantra. And my money mantra is on my desk. My money mantra, it was in my car when I was first learning a money mantra. So I'm going to read you mine. Now, feel free, beg, borrow, steal, implement, emulate, whatever you want to do. If you like pieces of it, take it. If you don't like it, don't take it. But really come up with one for your own. So it's my contribution to humanity is deep. My investment in my future is profound. I believe anything is possible with a plan and a strategy. I'm a gift from God, and He's given me the ability to help others see the financial abundance around them. I give freedom where restriction only looked before. I give hope where there was only despair. I'm the solution to the problem that small businesses face every day. I love making a difference and creating a profitable business. Wealth is a measurement of my contribution to humanity. Wealth gives me personal freedom. Freedom gives me peace of mind. Peace of mind makes me happy. Wealth gives me a purpose that validates that I can do it. So that's my money mantra. So one of your homeworks tonight is I want you to create your own money mantra. Something that when I read this, I get inspired. Every time I read it, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I do. Oh yeah, that's what I love. Oh yeah, God did give me this gift. From an early age, God gave me this ability to find money everywhere, right? And as I got older, I got to learn how to leverage it, attract it, keep it. Because when I was young, I didn't know how to keep it. I just knew how to make it. I don't know if you guys were like me, right? And there is, yes, there's money everywhere. Right? So creating that money mantra so that you have that purpose. And you have to read it ongoingly. I would read it every night, right? Every night before I went to bed, so it could start getting into my subconscious, so I could shift the old patterns of limitation, of lack, of not worthy, of not good enough, right? All that old program we had as kids, from getting in trouble to saying you're not good enough, to saying we all have that not enough thing. Whatever your enough is, right? Not smart enough, not good enough, not sexy enough, not skinny enough, not pretty enough, not, not dark enough, not light enough, not, whatever enough, right? So we all have it. And I want you to know that we're not alone. You're not alone. This is a journey and this is a process, right? Move. I love that, Dr. Allana. Move from the imposter syndrome. Move from the imposter syndrome. So create your money mantra. Then we have to look at your why. Why do you do what you do? Why?